Prost. Into the race lead now will go Nelson Piquet. Here he is. There's the clock. Will it be a quick pit stop? 14.5 seconds. Not that quick, really. Tomby in as well. And Mr. Tomby really is in a hurry. And Nelson Piquet comes in. See how the Brabham team cope with this pit stop. Without a doubt, in the 1983 season, these pit stops can win or lose a driver a race. 12.26 seconds, the quickest pit stop of the Grand Prix so far. Prost resumes the lead. Mansell was momentarily in second place during all of the pit stops. The only Lotus, of course, left in the British Grand Prix. Could well be a quick pit stop, this one. And now they're having problems at the last moment. He's away in 13 seconds, still pretty quick. There's Prost leading from Piquet. And one driver that the crowd is willing on is Nigel Mansell, challenging for fourth place. Arnoux in fourth at the moment. And there Mansell flicking out the pass, and there's a piece of bodywork right in the middle, and he just misses it. Going into Cops corner, who will it be? Still Arnoux in fourth place, Mansell in fifth place. So the Lotus Challenge most definitely not over yet. Trying once again for fourth place. The cars will now come up to the fastest part of the circuit. Speeds attained of something like 180, 190 miles an hour. And Mansell looks to the inside. He goes past. An incredible overtaking manoeuvre. But victory at the British Grand Prix will go to Alain Prost. Second, Nelson Piquet. Third, Tomby. Fourth, Mansell. Fifth, Arnoux. The Big Four, split only by the inspired Mansell, dominate the points at Silverstone. And Prost's victory is his third during a season in which no one else has scored more than once. As the teams move on to the German Grand Prix at Hockenheim, the little Frenchman's lead has stretched out to 6 points. But any one of the other three can still stop him becoming France's first ever world champion. Hockenheim was the scene of Patrick Tomby's first Grand Prix victory in 1982, and this year the crowds in the packed grandstands see him on pole position with Arnoux just behind. But there is another interloper, De Cesaris in the Alfa again, out-qualifying Piquet and Prost.
All those frauds! No wonder Nelson's such a bag of knives. Give him a little ice, that'll cool them off.
Now Nelson looks cool. Straight into the lead goes Patrick Tomby from René Arnoux, De Cesaris in third place. Two Ferraris first and second, Piquet up to third place, De Cesaris side by side with Prost into fourth place. Still Tomby leads Arnoux. The top three have pulled away, Prost goes past into fourth place, De Cesaris fifth, Cheever in sixth place. Now Cheever is looking for a way past Andrea. Not an easy thing to do. Arnoux takes the lead. Oh, very subtle, Eddie. Cheever muscles his way then up to fifth place. And Tomby coming slowly into the pits. This looks as if it will be the end of the race for Patrick Tomby. So Arnoux still leads. Second place, Nelson Piquet, some way behind. Tomby Piquet retires here with an engine failure, a most unusual occurrence with the Ferrari team, as does Elio De Angelis with the Lotus Renault. Meanwhile, Prost is in the pits. A fairly quick pit stop for Alain Prost, out again. He'll be in third place. Arnoux still leads. Parmalat Brabham still in second place. In comes the race leader, René Arnoux. This should be interesting. A vital pit stop. Through into the lead goes Nelson Piquet. Just over 13 seconds. A good pit stop. Whoops, and that's how not to do it from the Williams team. Coming in from 7th place, Niki Lauda, and he's overshot the pits. Now he'll be pulled back by his mechanic. No, he's reversing back. Now for that he will be disqualified. Race leader into the pits, Nelson Piquet. On go the fresh tyres. On goes the fuel. There's Gordon Murray in the front. Oh, and a very good pit stop indeed, 11.12 seconds. So Arnoux leads, and can Nelson Piquet close the gap? Coming to take fourth place off Alain Prost is Riccardo Patrese. Once again, Prost seems to have a down-on-power engine. And there is Piquet, and he is closing the gap on race leader René Arnoux. Through comes Arnoux. Here's Piquet, and he's on fire! The rear of the car is on fire! He must realise that he's going to have to get to a fire post because, well, he's going to have to get out of that car very quickly indeed. Where is Piquet? There he is! There is smoke billowing from the back of that car. He's got to get out quickly. Get out of the car, Piquet. The back end's gone up completely. He's out. He almost falls out of the car. Where are the fire marshals? Surely they've seen the fire. Piquet is unhurt. And that Parmalat Brabham is well and truly alight. Piquet just sitting on the rails, watching that car go up in flames, realising no points score for him at the German Grand Prix. And so with Piquet out with only 3 laps to go, René Arnoux heads towards his second victory of the season. Up into second place will come Andrea De Cesaris. There is a checkered flag for Arnoux, delighted to win. Here's De Cesaris, who almost slows and stops at the line, probably out of fuel. Into third place goes Riccardo Patrese to score his first championship points of the season. Arnoux' second victory for Ferrari marks him at last as a real threat for the title. But Piquet and Tambay failed to score, so Prost extends his lead yet again to 9 points. A week later, the transporters roll across another border to the majestic Österreichring near Graz, home of the late Jochen Rindt. Since Rindt's death, the Austrian fans have had Niki Lauda to cheer, but he has never won this race, and he has no turbo, yet.
And there's Arnoux, collapsing under the strain of impending popularity. Now there's a classy chassis.
For the second race running, Arnoux is beaten to pole position by his teammate, Tambay. And this week's interloper is the Renault turbo-engined Lotus of Nigel Mansell. He has gone quicker than both Piquet and the slimline Brabham, and the besieged series leader, Alain Prost. Even in Central Europe, you just can't get away from the aircraft. But don't worry, it's a Harrier. and it's friendly. British technology takes a bow in the air above the airstrike ring, but will it triumph over the Ferraris on the track?
Hi, Mom.
Green light, and Piquet makes a superb start. And Chiva wheeling from side to side, almost as they're coming together with Prost. The field getting away, very tightly packed indeed, into the first chicane. There's been an accident. A car is off. Tombe leads. De Angelis is missing. A lot of bumping and boring going on down the field. And the feet there has been hit by Sewer and Sullivan, and Watson loses his nose cone. There is Maxure off with the arrows. So 4 cars out of the race. De Angelis's Lotus Renault being pushed away. And there, Mr. De Angelis, most certainly not a happy man. It's Tombe, Arnoux, Piquet, then Prost. So it's the 4 championship contenders, 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th. Tracy is 5th, Mansell 6th. And what an incredible battle we have here at the airstrike ring. Now Prost knows he must get past Nelson Piquet to extend his championship lead. Tombe, Arnoux, Piquet, Prost looking to the inside, coming up towards the chicane. Prost dives through on the inside towards Piquet, and they touch. Oh, and a little bit of desperation, I think, there. Prost into 3rd place, Piquet in 4th place. Tombe still in the lead, coming up to lap back markers. There's Jarier, and Arnoux is right behind him. Now remember, although they're teammates, they are both racing for the World Championship. Tombe leads, Jarier is in the way, and Arnoux is going side by side with Tombe, enforcing Tombe right behind Jarier, who still hasn't moved over. Arnoux goes into the lead. Tombe is in 2nd place. So that is quite incredible. There's Piquet in 3rd place, goes up to 2nd place. And I should think Tombe must be absolutely furious with Jarier. And yes, he's shaking his fist at Jarier, who without a shadow of a doubt is going to get the lemon prize for the worst piece of driving so far this year. Tombe 3rd, Prost in 4th place, but Prost comes into the pits for his fuel stop. On goes the clock. Arnoux, Piquet, then Tombe. Prost comes out of the pits, 11.58 seconds, a very good pit stop indeed. Arnoux is in. 11.24 seconds, and now it's Piquet in the lead under a lot of pressure from Patrick Tombe. Tombe looking for a way past. Looking to one side. Will he outbrake him? They're side by side into the corner, and Tombe goes into the lead, so yet another change of lead in the Austrian Grand Prix. What a superb race. Tombe is in the pits and out of the car. Tombe is out of the car and out of the race. Nelson Piquet, race leader, into the pits. The wheel chucked to the side there. And this looks like a very quick pit stop indeed. 10.20 seconds, incredible. And Piquet has gone back into the lead of the race despite his fuel stop. De Cesris retires, and right behind him is Arnoux. Remember, Piquet is on cold tyres, they're side by side, and Piquet maintains that lead, but only just. Arnoux in 2nd place. Up to the chicane they come, a little bit sideways. Nelson Piquet, René Arnoux, and right behind them in 3rd place is Alain Prost. Still 1st and 2nd, Arnoux looking to the inside and outbreaks Piquet for the lead. So Piquet fights back, looking to the inside. Grand Prix motor racing at its best, and Prost goes past Piquet. Piquet must be in some sort of problem. He's dropped from 1st to 3rd, but he's fighting back. They're side by side. and Prost goes into second place. Arnoux leads. Prost closing in on René Arnoux, and Nelson Piquet is dropping back. So it's a straight fight between Ferrari and Renault, coming into the last 6 laps of the race. And Prost challenges for the lead and goes through fairly easily. Could Arnoux be in problems as well? But it's Prost who's heading towards his 4th Grand Prix win of the year to give his championship hopes a real boost.
Yeah, for sure I'm more confident because it's 14 points, so it's a good average. But I think the championship is not finished anyway because we Piquet, Arnoux and the Bosch Ferrari are trying to pass me the last 4 races, and it could be very difficult for the mentally, psychologically very difficult.
The seaside resort of Zandvoort has been the venue for the Dutch Grand Prix since 1950, and it has always been a power track because of a long pit straight. The Brabhams have revised engines, and they are the quickest cars through the speed tracks. Piquet gets his first pole of the year, with Tambay second and Prost fourth, but Arnoux has problems in practice and is nowhere, which makes Nelson a very happy man.
A stranger in the night, la da da da.
Oh, with her, he means. Oh, look, there's Andrea. He doesn't look too happy. Where's he going? Just off to say hello to his fellow Italian. Hi, Ricardo. Helmet a bit loose?
26 Grand Prix cars get away towards a very difficult Tarzan corner, and Piquet is shot into the lead. Cheever is in second place, Alain Prost in third place. They all negotiate Tarzan without incident. Piquet leading. Prost trying to find a way past his teammate Cheever, does so and breaks him into the corner. Now can Alain Prost close on leader Piquet? Oh, and Cheever almost goes off there. Meanwhile, Patrese takes third place from Eddie Cheever, although Cheever fighting back. Way down the field after making a dreadful start from the front row of the grid. Arnoux getting up also into fourth place, demoting Cheever to fifth. Showing well on its debut race here, the brand new TAG Porsche engine in the back of Niki Lauda's McLaren, taking Stephanie Hansen's Honda, whilst René Arnoux challenges for third place. Now Arnoux only qualified in 10th place, so coming up a strong challenge. Oh, a little bit sideways out the corner, and they're side by side for third place, and Arnoux gets through. And Mansell trying for sixth place off the Candy Tolman of Warwick, and he's braked too late, surely! Yes, off he goes. Goes around, just misses the tyre wall. Meanwhile, a lot of tension in the pits between the Brabham and the Renault team. And this is the reason, because Nelson Piquet is leading, but only just. And look at the sparks flying there. Lapping some back markers, Prost right behind it. Third place man Arnoux in the pits. And that is an excellent pit stop, 10.18 seconds. He's out, still in third place. But look at the battle for the lead. Prost looking for always to get past Nelson Piquet. Oh, goes side by side into the corner. Still Piquet leading. BMW Turbo versus Renault Turbo. Coming down towards Tarzan, and Prost challenges on the inside, and Piquet takes his line, still in the lead. And Tombe in the pits, pit stop completed, he's out. John Watson, who stormed his way up from 15th place to 6th. And look at this, first and second, Piquet weaving to try and get Prost out of the slipstream. Prost tries to the inside here, and he's going to lose it, and he's hit Piquet is off. Prost goes through into the lead. That is an incredible manoeuvre, and here is the leader, and Prost is heading straight towards our camera. Prost is off in the biggest possible way, spins out. Surely he must have damaged his car in that incident with Nelson Piquet. We see it again in replay. He loses it under braking. Whether he locked the wheel up, we don't know. But the two championship contenders are out of the Dutch Grand Prix. Piquet walking back to the pits in no mood to talk to anyone. And what must Alain Prost be thinking? As his car is lifted clear, Nelson Piquet reports the team owner, Bernie Eccleston. Arnoux has now assumed the lead. In second place is Patrese, but under a lot of pressure from the second Ferrari of Patrick Tambay. John Watson has come up to 4th place. In 5th place is Derek Warwick with the Candy Tolman. Can they score their first World Championship points here in Holland? Whilst teammate Bruno Giacomelli is not going to finish this race in the points. Still in second place, Patrese, Tambay in 3rd place, and Patrese slowing his lost power. Tambay gets through into second place with the Ferrari. 3rd place for John Watson with the McLaren. Brian Hart looking, watching, hoping that he's going to score his first World Championship point. Warwick goes past in 4th place. There's Patrese cruising.
Hey, if Nelson can bum a ride, maybe they'll give him some points after all.
And so the Dutch Grand Prix is going to finish with a Ferrari 1-2. Arnoux comes up to the checkered flag, takes it his 3rd victory of the season. Finishing in second place, Patrick Tambay. 3rd will be John Watson, but the big news in 4th place, Derek Warwick scores the first World Championship points for the Candy Tolman team. But what about that incident between Prost and Piquet?
No, I don't know. It's 100% was his mistake. I don't think he did purpose because he's also his championship. But wow, that's everybody, human being, everybody can do mistakes.
Yeah, for sure it's not his fault, it's my fault anyway, but I think for me it was not a big risk. I was sure to pass him in this corner and I was just near him. And I'm sorry for him today. I hope he will win the race in Monza. Maybe if I finish second, it's a good place for me.
Mixed fortunes for the Big Four, but the Ferrari drivers go to the Italian Grand Prix on the crest of a wave. And this produces much heated discussion about just who will win the Italian Grand Prix, Arnoux or Tambay. Inside the track, the atmosphere is quite different from the sentiment of Imola. These people are aggressive Ferrari fanatics. And this year, the huge crowd is more unruly than ever, especially when Patrese produces a stunning late qualifying lap for Brabham and knocks off pole position the increasingly popular Tambay. What about the money involved? Do you think the drivers are worth all the money that they're paid?
Definitely not. definitely not. They don't work for their money. They come here for a couple of hours a day, 3 days a week, and they're prima donnas, you know, and everyone's got to run after them, and they're like babies, you know, they wet their pants, you've got to change their nappy sort of thing, you know.
Well, they get far too much money, they ask for too much money. They should want to do the job more and not worry about the money, just get on with the job.
What's it like? You know, you're the man who's a team manager for Brabhams. You've got to work directly under someone like Bernie Eccleston. Is that very difficult? And reply what you wanted to the TV camera.
Morning, Mr. Christ.
What is it like? Why are you making it clear?
He's a tough guy to work for, and he's temperamental. And he likes to do his own little things. You know, he's like a Howard Hughes of motor racing. You know, where everything's got to be immaculate, and he's like he goes over the top sometimes.
Tracy makes a very good start, so do both of the Ferraris, and Piquet is coming up on the inside. Tracy leads, Piquet in second place. It's Brabham first and second, and the fans don't like that. In fact, as the cars go through, they're throwing bottles and stones at everybody, including one photographer who gets hit. But Tracy leads. Piquet not far behind him in second place. Third place still René Arnoux with the Ferrari, and André de Cesaris is gone. De Cesaris has spun off there. He's stuck in the sand, and I should think that Alain Prost, with a flat spot in his tyres, his avoidance, and the leader for Tracy, his engine is blown up. Oh, and just listen to the crowds. They love it. The Italian driver there is not driving one of their beloved Ferraris. Into the lead goes Nelson Piquet, and somebody else has blown up. It's Mauro Baldi, and we've told him about smoking before. Piquet in the lead. A race he must win. Second is Arnoux, third Chiva, fourth is Tambay, fifth is Alain Prost, sixth is Elio D'Angelo. And now Prost has dropped down to sixth place, and this is good news for Nelson Piquet. Here is Piquet pulling away in the lead all the time. And now D'Angelis is up to fourth place. Lotus Renault ahead, the Ferrari of Tambay in fifth. Into the pits comes second place man René Arnoux. The Goodyear tyre being put on. 11.99 second pit stop. A good effort by the Ferrari team. Here's the leader, Nelson Piquet, and that's Alain Prost who's slowing. And this will bode very well for Nelson Piquet's chances, because he's got to catch up to the points lead Alain Prost has. Second is still Arnoux, third is still Chiva. Tambay now in the pits. And out again, 11.75 seconds. And number 15, Alain Prost, out of the car. He's out of the Italian Grand Prix. Chiva coming up to challenge René Arnoux for second place into the Parabolica curve, when it's Nelson Piquet all the way here with the Parmalat Brabham at the Italian Grand Prix, and Chiva, well, almost the two of them coming together. Arnoux still retains that second place. Niki Lauda in the pits, 13.5 second pit stop, and he's still right in front of the Brabham team.
Oh, Bernie, this is the pits! Get him out of there! Nelson's gonna refuel any minute. Jeez.
Into the pits comes Piquet. Oh, that is incredible again. Another good pit stop from the Brabham team. Piquet retains his lead. Arnoux still in second place, under a lot of pressure from Eddie Chiva still. Tambay is still in that fourth place. Fifth is D'Angelis, and sixth place, picking up more points, Derek Warwick with the Tambay. But heading towards victory here in the Italian Grand Prix, Nelson Piquet with the Palmer at Brabham. The team are jubilant. Piquet takes the flag then. The Italian tifosi invade the circuit here at Monza, even when the race was won by a Brazilian.
Well, it's still 2 races to go. It's very difficult, but it's still a chance because the car is running very strongly in the front, and I hope we can do.
Piquet's dominant victory restores him as a formidable title contender, and now Arnoux is only 2 points behind Prost. Well, for Rennie, it's very difficult to get out the Monza circuit, even in the Rolls-Royce.
Boy, motor racing sure seems to be a dog-eat-dog world.
Now Formula One revives a tradition, the Grand Prix of Europe. It's at Brands Hatch. This is the first time that British fans have had 2 World Championship fixtures, and they respond with another big crowd. There are still 4 men in the reckoning. The tension building up as the World Championship reaches its climax is now there for all to see.
A bunch of little things together that just...
Your policeman is just gorgeous, and he ain't bad neither.
What's more, De Angelis claims pole position, and on this occasion the Big Four have to line up behind him and Patrese. Before the off, though, the British must give vent to their feelings about aeroplanes of all shapes and sizes. In 3rd place, red lights on, and they're away. The 2 Ferraris make a fairly slow start. Looks to be Patrese in the lead. De Angelis in 2nd place, Mansell 3rd, Piquet 4th, and Piquet getting past Eddie Cheever. That one, it's Riccardo Patrese, Elio De Angelis, Mansell, Piquet, Cheever is in 5th place, Winkelhock 6th, Prost 7th, Arnoux 8th, Tambay in 9th. Piquet takes Mansell for 3rd place. Cheever and Mansell wheel to wheel, Cheever up to 4th place with the Renault. And now Alain Prost is coming up to pass Nigel Mansell. Important for Prost to get into the leading positions. Also for René Arnoux, it's important Arnoux sweeps past Mansell. So it's Patrese leading still, under a lot of pressure from Elio De Angelis. The best race for the John Player Lotus team so far. Up to 4th place goes Alain Prost. Battle continuing for the lead. Interesting to note that it's Pirelli tyres on the John Player special of Elio De Angelis. De Angelis challenges for the lead on the inside. Oh, they are on side by side. It is still Patrese in the lead. Piquet in 3rd place, dropping back a little. And still these 2 really going for it. De Angelis pulls out, tries, oh, he's lost it! Oh, and he's taken Patrese with him. De Angelis lost it under braking, and he's spun off, as has Patrese. But De Angelis gets back on, as has Riccardo Patrese. Patrese, I think, is right in front of Alain Prost. So it's Piquet, the new race leader. Patrese in 2nd place, coming under a lot of pressure from Prost. Tactically, it's going to be very important for Patrese to keep Alain Prost behind. allow some breathing space for Nelson Piquet to get away in the lead. And Prost once again. Oh, and goes through at Paddock Bend. Prost is in second place. De Angelis out of the race. Arnoux and Cheever coming up to pressurise Riccardo Patrese for his third place. Patrese through. And where's Arnoux? Arnoux is missing. He's spun off. Oh, a serious mistake from Rene Arnoux. This could wreck his World Championship hopes. There he goes, spinning off. And that is Danny Sullivan, who's blown up. He's spun off, hasn't hit anything. And look at the flames from the back of the car. A broken oil line, it must be. We see the accident again in replay. Sullivan spins at Paddock Bend, engulfed in smoke. Flames coming from the rear of the Benetton Tyrrell, and he cannot realise just what sort of danger he's in. He's already passed, by this point, 3 marshals posts where there are plenty of fire extinguishers. With the flames coming from the rear of the car, there was no way that Sullivan knew about it. He stopped finally. The fire marshals seem to be taking their time, so does Sullivan getting out of the car. Meanwhile, Rene Arnoux is in the pits, but he's way down the field, out of the World Championship point-scoring places. Away he goes. Patrese is third, Mansell fourth, Tambay fifth, De Cesaris in sixth place. Just out the top 6, Derek Warwick with the Tolman. Still race leader Nelson Piquet, pulling away from Alain Prost. These 2 World Championship contenders, and that's Patrese in. Oh, and that is a long pit stop. They've got problems with one of the air jacks, and he drops out of the top 6. Prost comes into the pits. Up into second place goes Tambay. Third place will be Nigel Mansell. His first Grand Prix drive. And away goes Alain Prost back into the race. He will have dropped to fourth place momentarily as in comes the race leader Nelson Piquet. Perhaps the most important pit stop of the Valentine's year. Oh, they've got problems with the air jack. And Prost will be closing all the time. There is Alain Prost up in second place again. 19.6 seconds. Not a good pit stop, but he still retains his lead. And Derek Warwick, who's in sixth place, has his cockpit fire extinguisher go off right in his face. That's freezing carbon dioxide, but he's still carrying on. After their pit stop, Tambay in third place, Mansell in fourth place. But Mansell is challenging on the inside and goes through with the John Player special. But Patrick Tambay trying the outside line, and look, he must have brake problems there. He looked up at Druids. He's dropped to fourth place, but now under a lot of pressure from Andrea De Cesaris. Into Druids' hairpin they come. And number 27, Tambay, has slid right off, hit the barrier, and is out of contention for the World Championship. Patrick Tambay, such a popular man within the Ferrari team, is out of the European Grand Prix and out of the World Championship. As up to take victory comes Nelson Piquet with the Parmalat Brabham. Victory number 3 for Nelson. Finishing just under 7 seconds behind is Alain Prost, who still retains the World Championship lead. Third place for Mansell, fourth De Cesaris, fifth Warwick, and sixth Giacomelli. And so the World Championship will go right down to the wire in South Africa.
I'm still leading the championship, even if it's only 2 points, and I think it's the most important because if I win the championship only for 1 point, it's very good.
What I can say now, what I said before, if we don't stop, it will be very difficult for somebody to beat us.
So the 1983 Formula One World Championship comes down to the final showdown. Between Brazil and South Africa, there have been 15 races, and the Grand Prix teams have travelled no less than 55,000 miles, entertaining over 1 billion television viewers in 41 countries. Now it's effectively between two men, Prost and Piquet. Arnoux still has a slender chance, but it is Tambay, now out of it, on pole position at Kyalami. Red lights on, green lights, the final round of the 1983 FIA World Championship is underway, and straight into the lead goes Nelson Piquet. It's Piquet from Patrese, and look at the lead that Piquet has. He comes down in the profiles for the first time. This has got to be a tactical race by the Brabham team. Nelson Piquet leads, Patrese in second place, Tambay is in third place, that's the Cesaris fourth, Prost is right down there in fifth place, Arnoux is nowhere to be seen. Yes, he is there, he's in seventh place, but Arnoux's got to make a move, and very quickly. Alain Prost is still in fifth place. Still the same order. Tambay, De Cesaris, Prost, and Keke Rosberg up there with the brand new Williams, powered by the Honda Turbo V6. It's imperative that Alain Prost gets in front of Nelson Piquet, because that's the only way the Frenchman is going to win the World Championship. He must make his move soon. De Cesaris comes up alongside Tambay for third place, and also looking for a way through is Prost. De Cesaris goes into third place. Prost moves up to fourth place. Tambay is in fifth place. And Jacques Lafitte is spun off. But he's unharmed, it would seem. Climbs out of the car. De Cesaris still in third place, locking up a wheel. Prost closing on De Cesaris. And now Niki Lauda is really making a big charge. Lauda coming up to pass Patrick Tambay for fifth place. Lauda, of course, with the McLaren powered by the TAG Porsche turbo engine. And Prost is up to third place. Alain Prost is in third place, and the World Championship title hunt is really hotting up. And René Arnoux is slowing. Arnoux had a slender chance of winning the World Championship, got up as high as seventh place only, and is suddenly out of the race with a blown engine. So one title contender, admittedly only a slender chance, he's out. So it's down to two men. Will it be Nelson Piquet? Will it be Alain Prost? Piquet with a Formule at Brabham, making the race his own at the moment. And here is Niki Lauda. Lauda is passing Alain Prost for third place. Oh, incredible racing here in South Africa. And I tell you one thing, it seems to us that Lauda is closing in on Patrese. Now Lauda could upset the entire atmosphere. Right up on the second place now, Ricardo Patrese. And Nelson Piquet is coming to the pits. Has he got a problem? No, he's come in to refuel. He must have had very little fuel on, which is why he's been going so quickly in the early stages. This has got to be the fuel stop of the year. And he's away in 9.20 seconds. That is the fastest pit stop of the 1983 season. Out he goes, and it's incredibly still in the lead. And they're coming up in second place is Ricardo Patrese and Niki Lauda. So it's Nelson Piquet with the Formule at Brabham, first, still leading. And is Ricardo Patrese closing? There in fourth place is Alain Prost. So all is not lost for him yet in the World Championship stakes. In comes Niki Lauda. Piquet goes through. And this is a long stop for Lauda. He's had a problem. 23 seconds. And in comes Alain Prost. Prost is coming into the pits. This has got to be a quick fuel stop. On goes the clock. It's got to be the minimum time possible. The clock is running. They've got to be as quick as they can. And Prost is getting out. Prost is getting out of the car. It's all over for him as far as he's concerned in the race. But as far as the championship is concerned, Nelson Piquet must have finished fourth or higher to win it. So Alain Prost can just sit behind the pit wall, hoping that Nelson fails towards the finish. Patrese is in with the second place Parmalat Brabham. Oh, the Brabham team are really excelling themselves here in Kyalami. Battle on for sixth place between Eddie Cheever and Keke Rosberg. Rosberg really driving an excellent race for the debut of this new car. Bodes well for the future for him. Nelson Piquet has already lapped this battle, and it was seen by our watchers that Riccardo Patrese and Niki Lauda are closing on race leader Nelson Piquet, and Patrick Tambay is there slowing down. Rosberg has already passed him. Through goes Cheever into sixth place. Rosberg's in fifth, and Bruno Giacomelli's car is on fire. The rear end of that car well and truly alight. Giacomelli slowing down to a fire marshal's coast. Marshall's rushing up and quickly extinguishing it, and Nelson Piquet with Riccardo Patrese right behind him. Now, is Nelson conserving his car and engine in order to win the World Championship, or is he in some form of problems? And I think Patrese, yes, Patrese has taken the lead. So Riccardo Patrese is in the lead. Second place is Nelson Piquet. In third place, catching both of them, is Niki Lauda. And I'll tell you another thing, Andrea De Cesaris is not far behind either. So Piquet is still going to have to watch out, because remember, he must finish fourth or higher to win the World Championship. And Lauda right behind Piquet for second place. Piquet will probably let him pass. Yes, he does. No heroics from Nelson Piquet. He wants that second World Championship. So Lauda now in second place. But De Cesaris is closing on Piquet as well. There's Lauda, pulled well clear of Piquet. Piquet in third place. And Lauda is slowing. Niki Lauda is slowing down. Lauda looks to be out of the race. Back up in second place goes Nelson Piquet. Closing in all the while is De Cesaris. Warwick fourth, Cheever fifth, Rosberg sixth. Just 3 laps away from the World Championship for Nelson Piquet, but De Cesaris is now in second place. Piquet is in third place. As long as he maintains that third place, he'll win the 1983 Formula One World Championship, the most coveted crown in all of motorsport. The Brabham team wait. They can win the race and the World Championship. Piquet in third place goes on to his final lap. He's just 2.5 miles away from winning the World Championship, but there's Prost. Prost knowing that if Piquet crosses the line, he's lost the World Championship. Up to win the South African Grand Prix comes Riccardo Patrese, but all eyes here for Nelson Piquet. Just yards to go now, and he's won. Nelson Piquet is the 1983 FIA World Champion. Alain Prost has had the title snatched away.
I think, I was behind the wall. I said if he has a problem with his car, I am world champion. But in my mind, I would not like to he has a problem, because I think he was the best this year with his car.
And can a Frenchman win the World Championship next year?
I hope to be a world champion next year, and I hope Renault will give me a better car than this year.
I tell you, wins or not, I really want to win this championship for me. Let's see, the way in 1981, maybe I said I want to win for the team, for the mechanic, for everything. But now I really want to win for myself. And for sure I will try to win several another one, because I think I'm just the beginning of motor racing. And I think I'm very young still, and I have all the wish to still racing a lot.
How are you going to celebrate tonight?
I think I'm getting drunk.
Grand Prix racing's millions of fans come from all walks of life. But we asked the famous actor, Gene Hackman, just why this glamorous sport is so important to him.
Well, Grand Prix racing is, for me, the ultimate racing. I suppose because it happens all over the world, and I think I've seen races in almost every place except Africa, with the Formula One circus, and it's very exciting. Really, you have all the flair of the variety of personalities and languages, and it's just the best.
He's probably gone to Brazil.